Legends aren't just born, they are shaped by trials, triumphs, and the unwavering pursuit of something greater than themselves. Carlos Santana is one of those legends. For decades, his guitar has been more than an instrument, it's been a voice, one that speaks of pain, resilience, and an unbreakable spirit. His music fuses cultures, emotions, and experiences into something that transcends sound itself. But behind the melodies and electrifying performances lies a journey filled with struggles, self-discovery, and redemption. This is the untold story of Carlos Santana, a journey where every chord is a cry, every riff a revelation, and every moment a testament to the enduring power of music and the soul behind it. The making of a legend. Legends like Carlos Santana aren't simply born, they are shaped, forged through years of triumph, struggle, and transformation. For decades, his guitar has been more than just an instrument. It has been a voice, a source of healing, and a vessel carrying rhythms that touch the soul. But what happens when the man behind the music needs healing himself? Now at 77, Santana has peeled back the layers of his life, revealing a truth that many of us may have sensed in his music but never fully understood. His story is not just a chapter in rock history, it is the key to understanding the soul behind the sound. Roots of a musical genius. Carlos Santana's journey began in the sun-soaked town of Atlan de Navarro, Mexico, where he was born on July 20, 1947. Life there was simple but rich in culture, with music at its very heart. His father, Jose Santana, was a talented mariachi musician whose passion for the violin flowed through his veins. For Jose, music was more than just an art form, it was a way of life. At the age of 5, Carlos was given a violin, practicing under his father's strict guidance. But the instrument never felt right to him. It was more of an obligation than an expression of his soul. Then, at 8 years old, he discovered the guitar and everything changed. Growing up, Carlos was immersed in the sounds of traditional Mexican music, but the radio introduced him to something new, American blues and rock. He became captivated by artists like B.B. King, T-Bone Walker, and Little Richard. This fusion of cultures, traditional Latin sounds meeting the raw energy of blues and rock, began shaping what would later become Santana's signature sound. But childhood wasn't all music and dreams. Carlos' early years were also marked by hardship, a painful secret. Behind the music, young Carlos was struggling with a dark secret. A trusted American man who befriended the Santana family turned out to be a predator, exploiting Carlos' trust and innocence. The abuse left him feeling confused, ashamed, and emotionally shattered, burdened with a pain he couldn't share. This traumatic experience left scars beyond the immediate pain. It created deep feelings of unworthiness and mistrust that would cloud his perception of relationships and safety for years. When the Santana family found out about the abuse, they made a life-changing decision to move. By the late 1950s, they relocated to Tijuana and later to San Francisco in the early 1960s, seeking a fresh start. But the struggles didn't end there. Survival in a new world. Like many immigrant families, the Santanas faced financial struggles in their new home. Carlos, eager to help, took on a series of jobs to support his family. His first job was as a dishwasher in a diner, where he worked long hours, scrubbing plates in a chaotic kitchen. On weekends, he played guitar on the streets of Tijuana and later San Francisco, earning small tips. It wasn't much, but it kept his dream alive. At night, after exhausting shifts, Carlos would take his guitar to local jam sessions, immersing himself in San Francisco's vibrant music scene. This was the 1960s, an era of musical revolution, and Carlos was determined to find his place in it. The birth of the Santana Blues Band. In 1966, Carlos formed the Santana Blues Band, blending Latin percussion with blues and rock in a way that felt entirely new. His passionate guitar playing became the band's signature sound, and word began to spread. Their big break came at the Fillmore West, a legendary venue known for launching the careers of major artists. Promoter Bill Graham saw something special in them and gave them the platform they needed. But the true turning point came in 1969 at Woodstock. That defining moment, Woodstock 1969. At just 22 years old, Santana took the stage at the now iconic Woodstock Festival. Due to a last-minute schedule change, they were pushed onto the lineup earlier than expected. Carlos, still under the effects of psychedelics, admitted he wasn't fully prepared for the moment. Yet, when the first chord of Soul Sacrifice rang out, everything clicked. The performance was electrifying, raw, and unforgettable. It catapulted Santana into the spotlight, solidifying them as one of the most exciting acts of the era. From that moment on, Carlos Santana was no longer just a musician. He was a legend in the making. Fame, addiction, and a spiritual awakening. With success came challenges. The 1970s were a turbulent time for Santana, filled with internal band tensions, lineup changes, and creative struggles. Drugs became a crutch, a way to escape the pressures of fame. But then, Carlos discovered spirituality. Under the guidance of Indian guru Sri Chinmoy, he embraced meditation, self-discipline, and a deeper understanding of himself. This newfound spiritual path helped him battle his addiction and find clarity. His music reflected this transformation. Albums like Caravanserai, 1972, moved away from commercial rock, delving into jazz and experimental sounds. It was a risk, but it was authentic. However, personal struggles continued. His marriage to Deborah King, which lasted over 3 decades, eventually ended in 2007. Santana later admitted that his own mistakes and infidelities had contributed to the breakup, a loss that deeply affected him. At legendary comeback, by the 1990s, Santana's career had slowed down, but in 1999, he staged one of the greatest comebacks in music history. The album Supernatural introduced him to a new generation with hits like Smooth, featuring Rob Thomas, and Maria Maria. The album was a global sensation, selling over 30 million copies and winning 9 Grammy Awards, including Album of the Year. At a time when most artists fade into nostalgia, Santana was bigger than ever. Health scares and a wake-up call. In 2021, Santana underwent emergency heart surgery, forcing him to cancel tour dates. The experience was a wake-up call, reminding him that even legends must take care of themselves. Then, in July 2022, while performing in Michigan, he collapsed on stage due to heat exhaustion and dehydration. Fans feared the worst, but Santana, ever resilient, recovered and reassured them with his signature grace. "Just taking it easy. I'll be back soon." Even at 75, he was still giving his all to the music, a legacy that endures. Santana's story is one of passion, pain, and perseverance. Behind the electrifying solos and groundbreaking albums lies a man who has battled demons, endured heartbreak, and continuously found his way back to the light. Through it all, his guitar has remained his voice, crying out in moments of pain, roaring with joy in moments of triumph. His music is more than just sound. It's an extension of his soul, a language that transcends borders, time, and generations. Carlos Santana is more than a musician. He is a testament to the human spirit, proving that no matter the struggles, no matter the setbacks, there's always a way forward. And as long as he has a guitar in his hands, his story is far from over. Carlos Santana's story is more than one of musical genius. It's a testament to perseverance, reinvention, and the healing power of art. Through pain, struggles, and redemption, he has turned his life into a masterpiece, proving that music is not just entertainment, it's an expression of the soul. From his humble beginnings in Mexico to electrifying audiences on the world's biggest stages, Santana's journey has been filled with moments of darkness and light, hardship, and triumph. Yet through it all, he has remained true to his purpose: to create, to inspire, and to connect. His guitar continues to sing, carrying the echoes of this past while shaping the future of music. And as long as his fingers touch the strings, the legend of Carlos Santana will live on, reminding us all that even in our most challenging moments, we can still find harmony.